Paterson, New Jersey. I requested it. I wanted to see it again just to make sure I can confirm that that's Paterson, New Jersey. It is. I've decided. Welcome back, everybody, to American Sunrise. I'm David Brody. All right. Thousands of people gathered in the streets of Mexico City over the weekend to protest crime and corruption. Rav's own Oscar El Blue Ramirez was there and got the footage that you are seeing right now. Violence broke out. 20 people were arrested. About 100 others were injured. Let's get some more details about this and bring in the man himself. That would be wonderful. Rav, correspondent and the co-host of Law and Border. That would be Oscar El Blue Ramirez. Oscar, thanks for being here. We understand this was organized by what, like a Gen Z group or groups? Tell us more. What's going on? Good morning to you.
Good morning to everybody. This was the Generation C of Mexico, that they're sick and tired of the violence and the increased cartel activity in the whole country. They organized it, and for the first time in history, it was nationwide. It was more than 70 cities protesting against the narco government, and now it is categorized like that, in a narco president. They march from this particular area right here that we're standing, from the Angel of Independence all the way to the governmental plaza, and it broke loose. It was a full-on confrontation with the authorities. The authorities threw gas, tear gas, it's some kind of explosions, that one of them landed over here in my chest. They were throwing rocks to the press. It was completely a full-on confrontation. The people are sick and tired, David. This started increasing after the assassination of Carlos Manto, a mayor in a part of Uruapan that it was fighting consistently the cartel, and it was asking for help for the president. The president neglected to help them to fight the cartel, and he was assassinated later on. And it was just it lit up a fire in the whole country. And now you see that it was just a full-on protest against the government of Clara Sheinbaum that now is categorized by hundreds of thousands of Mexicans in the whole country as a narco government.
Mexican politics is so fascinating to me, Oscar. We hear statistics about the number of people assassinated by the cartels, how the cartels play a role in the government. Like, obviously, the cartels control a lot of government officials. Is there a patriot uprising movement there? And can you speak to the impact that things like Donald Trump being elected, Charlie Kirk being assassinated, the assassination attempt on the president of America, and also the massive influx of expats moving into Mexico? What impact does all of that have on the present political situation in Mexico, and what do you see as the future?
We saw, Dr. Gina, we saw a lot of these people that they had banners, Trump help us. They have banners that saying, Marco Rubio, we need you over here to push the government of Mexico. So absolutely, they know that the pressure of the government of the United States has had an impact. Nobody else in history, the Trump administration, has exposed the dirty politicians. More than 50 dirty politicians in Mexico have been exposed to the world, that they are in cahoots with the organized crime. And talking about the influence and the impact that the Gen Z protest has had, it is enormous. It is huge. These are, and it is incredible to see this, because these are young men that they don't want to migrate to another country. They don't have to have what the past generations have to do to migrate to the United States, cross illegally, and look for another future. They say we have a prosperous country over here, and the only thing that has enabled us to have a prosperous country is the cartel activity and the violence. Why we're not lifting our voice and why we're not fighting this narco government. This was a huge impact. There's another protest that is coming on the 20th of November, and it has become an uprising of Mexican people. This is what the Trump administration has done, has given the courage to the right-wing politicians, to the conservative party in Mexico, to lift their voice and to say enough is enough, and we're going to try to change the country for a better.
And I'm so sorry, Terrance, I'm totally doing to you what you did to me last time. But Oscar, I got to ask what role the media is playing. Do you have conservative media there telling you the truth?
There's a few, but what I can tell you, what we experienced on this Saturday, we got brutally hurt by the police because they did not want us to record the truth. I got hit with a tear gas bomb on my chest. I got hit with the rock. Multiple colleagues got hit with tear gas bombs. Also, we got brutally hurt. The people that they really wanted to expose the truth and how they were oppressing the young kids, that they were also brutally hurt by the police because they do not want this uprising. They do not want the people to speak up and to say the reality of what Mexico is going through right now. that we are going through a high level of increase and impact of violence from cartel activity. And the young kids, they don't want this for their future. They want a better future for their children. They want a better future for themselves. And, we are glad that, somehow the government of the United States has an impact this on Mexico, and it has created courage for us to speak up.
Wow. So much going on down there. Change is in the air for sure. Makes Mexico great again for sure. Oscar El Blue Ramirez, thanks for being here. Appreciate you.
I'm glad you're okay. My goodness.
Yes. Yes. Yeah, stay safe, please.
Thank you so much. It's always a pleasure to be with you guys.
All right.
Good to see you.
Boy, talking about going right into harm's way.
Right.
Coming up, just dealing with chronic pain can be extremely difficult, but how can it impact your blood pressure? We're going to have details straight ahead about that on American Sunrise.